Hey, listening Griffin, how you doing? I just watched that video you wanted us to watch with the preacher talking, and yeah, you're right. Very interesting stuff. Um, what I'm gonna do is quote from this a little bit, which I was talking about a little while back. Um, this is supposed to be channeled Jesus Christ. This belief system is absolutely not like nothing I've ever encountered. I'm not a dogmatic thinker at all, uh, but I have a really strangely strong feeling that this is true. It, it's partly the deep consistency and logic of it, and partly just a sense, that I have. Uh, I, this answers the guy's questions that he's asking, and he did go in the right direction, more or less. And it's very interesting to see, and the people are starting to question that kind of thing, And it's very good that he did, because modern Orthodox Christianity is deeply distorted in the way it views God and Jesus, even, and the whole deal. Now listen to this. Okay, the basic thing the guy's asking is, how can bad things happen, in a world where there's God and stuff. Okay, and he ends up by basically saying he doesn't know, but that it may not be what everybody's thinking. Well, that's right. That's exactly right. Uh, According to this, certainly, and I can't really see things. I mean, this points things out so clearly that I can't really. I don't feel like I'm gonna find some next thing that counters this. I mean, and that's not typical of me to say that. But it really does seem like that to me, which is interesting in itself. So I'll just give you a sense of what this is. Okay, the basic premise is. Well, I'm not even gonna, because I've talked about it in the other videos. I'll let what is supposed to be Jesus Christ describe this. Okay, basically, uh, the tsunami or any bad event like that can be interpreted as an attack, an assault of some sort. Um, and that's a very common question to ask, and it was asked a lot during the Holocaust. How could the Jews, so many innocent people, be slaughtered like that? And he's right. It's the wrong question, and I'll show you why. The crucifixion. Okay, let me just let him. Let me let Jay tell you about it here. Jesus tell you about it. Okay, for learning purposes, let us consider the crucifixion again. This is called the message of the crucifixion. For learning purposes, let us consider the crucifixion again. I did not dwell on it before because of the fearful connotations you may associate with it. The only emphasis laid upon it so far has been that it was not a form of punishment. Nothing, however, can be explained in negative terms only. There is a positive interpretation of the crucifixion that is wholly devoid of fear and therefore wholly benign in what it teaches if it is properly understood. Okay. The crucifixion is nothing more than an extreme example. Right now. The crucifixion is nothing more than an extreme example. Let me just. This kind of goes on a little bit, so let me just select. I've told you that the crucifixion was the last useless journey the sonship need take. Sonship meaning the parts of God that have supposedly separated, though they haven't actually. That's the main point of this. While I emphasized only the resurrection before, the purpose of the crucifixion and how it actually led to the resurrection was not clarified then. Nevertheless, it has a definite contribution to make to your own life, and if you will consider it without fear, it will help you understand your own role as a teacher. Okay, you have probably reacted for years as if you were being crucified. And this could apply to anything that guy was talking about. Jews being persecuted, tsunami waves, drenching cities, anything. anything bad, any attack, anything. Uh, this is there. This is a marked tendency of the separated who always refuse to consider what they have done to themselves. Projection means anger fosters assault, and assault promotes fear. The real meaning of the crucifixion lies in the apparent intensity of the assault of some of the sons of God upon another. This, of course, is impossible and must be fully understood as impossible. Otherwise, I cannot serve as a model for learning, meaning Jesus. Can't serve as a model for learning unless you understand that. Now, this is the idea. Nobody's actually getting attacked. This is what's really kind of weird about this whole belief system. Though there may be apparent suffering or whatever, what he's saying is that there is, like, the truth is somehow being totally skewed. It's being totally skewed by the ego's perception. In actuality, this is unreal, and the ego's perceptions go along with that unreality. Thus, anything evil or what appears to be is like it's a trick. It's not really that, This is it's really hard to conceptualize it, because it's but he was on the right track when he said he didn't know, because and that God's in everything. That is more like it. But the fact of the matter is that it's not even as though God is looking in on all this and sort of making things happen, or even feeling our pain, like what he's saying. It's that well, it may be feeling our pain or something, but the point is that it's like the good is going to win out so totally. The good has already won out, or the awakening, which is out of the unreality of this. I mean, there's no excuse made for, like, okay, why could a bunch of shit happen? It's like it's an illusion of a bunch of shit happening. So if there seems to be divine intervention in things, and God stepping in, which sometimes obviously does happen, or people wouldn't be talking about it, that's only a symbolic thing in the dream, which represents going relatively more toward the truth. But the idea is that when you really wake up, all of this becomes illusory, and and there's some kind of whole new world. So it's really a lot more far out than people think, in a certain way. So let's listen to what he says. Assault can ultimately be made only on the body. There is little doubt that one body can assault another and can even destroy it. Yet if destruction itself is impossible, anything that is destructible cannot be real. Its destruction, therefore, does not justify anger. To the extent to which you believe that it does, you are accepting false premises and teaching them to others. Fuck, I'm already out of time. Alright. I'm already out of time. I might leave another one. Jeez, why does it take so long to... Okay, see ya.